Hello, this is Manny, and you're listening to Feliz Christmas, Merry Navidad, the bilingual, multilingual Christmas podcast. Hi, everybody. It is Sunday, November 15th. I know I've been away quite a bit. I'm making time for the podcast. I have a lot of things set up. We're working a lot of things, but I also have a professional life and have to learn how to manage that in the podcast. But this is what I want to do, and I'm here. And well, this is for everybody. And right off the gates, let's start with the Santa tracker. The Santa track information I have today comes from Monday, November 9th, all the way to yesterday, Saturday, November 14th. This is mostly for the kids. I read something about the elves making that list and checking it twice. Yep. And there's a lot of rumors about kids not attending online classes or not paying attention, or the kids that were doing online classes before and they're in the classroom right now and they're not being helpful towards themselves. It's not the teachers, towards themselves, and the elves, they're taking notes of this. So if you have to attend online classes, first thing you have to do is attend. The second thing you have to do is actually pay attention. I know, it's hard. You have all your toys and your video games and stuff laying around, and well, you're gonna have time to play with them. What better time to learn than now? And if you were attending online classes and now you're in school, and some of you, find it that it's weird, it's strange, you don't like it, you prefer to be home, just take advantage of this, that you could see your friends and you could spend time with them and study with them and play with them, because things are different and it takes a little bit time to adapt. But I know you guys could do it. It's just not for Christmas. It's for the rest of the school year and for next school year. And remember, the list that the elves are making, they've been watching you for quite a while. It's not just Santa Claus that watches you and looks over you. It's also the elves. And that started on Monday, the last straw to the list. So we're less than 2 months away for Christmas. So let's get on point, guys. Another thing, a communication from the North Pole that we got is that iPads, PlayStation, Nintendos, video game, expensive electronics do not come from Santa Claus. Santa Claus does bring us gifts every year. He leaves them under the tree. But these expensive gifts, do not write a letter to Santa Claus asking for them, because that does not come from the North Pole. This comes from you doing your chores, doing good in school, respecting your elders, helping everybody else, helping, just being a good boy and a good girl. That's how you get this type of stuff. But yes, there are a lot of gifts coming from the North Pole. So you still have to be nice. Because remember, if you're not good, you're not doing your part, you won't get that electronic this year. And you won't get that electronic from mommy and daddy. And you won't get that nice gift from Santa Claus. So it's about being good all year long and not just straightening yourself out till Christmas. Good thing for you is there's still enough time left till Christmas for you to start doing your part on that one. And let's see what else here on the Santa tracker. There have been a bunch of kids still. I mean, I'm amazed, that have written Santa Claus because they want roller skates, skateboards, and bicycle. And Tuesday and Wednesdays, the elf. And it looks like they were having a blast. Because remember, I mean, if Santa's gonna bring you that gift, it has to be in good, fully working condition. And I like the fact that they test all the toys and all the stuff. We're just testing those out. What is this that they're testing out here? Let me see. Oh, also Tuesday, they were checking out remote control cars. It looks like a skateboard with one wheel in the middle. Oh my God, he's really good with that. I don't know what that board is called, but if you know it, just let me know. I'm just reading over the note and looking over the video, saying, yeah, there's a lot of requests for little baking ovens. I think they're called Easy Bake and some other brands as well. Oh, look at that. Skis and snowboards are also going to some parts of the world as well. That's so awesome. After I grew up, I forgot all the stuff that kids wanted. There's a lot of practicing for caroling. There's also a bunch of new Christmas albums, and they're playing them all in all of the North Pole radio stations. So that's a good thing. I'm excited. I read all this before I started. I guess I skipped through a bunch of that stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of movement in the North Pole. Let's see here from Thursday. What is it that they're doing here Thursday? All right, this is more for the babies, getting all the toys for toddlers and little brothers and sisters. Okay. There's a lot of testing of this going on. Oh, they still make those. A lot of movement towards the North Pole. There's reindeer flight testing and training. there's a lot of the elves that have been on vacation and they've been with their families all over, flying back to the North Pole. So, oh wow, the retired elves, they moved to other parts, and yeah. So yep, there's been a lot of air traffic going over there, but I don't know what airline flies over there. I want to be the first one in one of those flights. Wow. So yep, they've been working really hard in the shop with the toys, getting them made. Also, no, I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna say this. But they are using different shipping methods to get them to our areas. Okay, now I see how that works. They make these toys, they send them to our cities, and all that Santa does is, I guess now there's so many kits in so many different ways. He'll stop by each city and grab those, and then take them personally to all the houses. So I guess if they know which houses are which, then they know which kits are which. Well, that's a really good thing. I know there's a lot of good boys and girls out there. I know there's some naughty ones. Hey, but like I said, guys, you can do it. There's still more than enough time left to, get our acts together. Let me see. On Friday, oh look, they had a little on their little break session. They were making s'mores. Now I want s'mores and hot cocoa. There's like 100 different type of hot cocos there. But the workshops have been nonstop. The difference from last time that everybody was relaxing, now there's a lot of people actually, or a lot of elves really, really working hard. And this time we have seen Santa every single day. He's just not in his regular red Santa suit, but then again, he kind of stands out. So I'm looking at pictures from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and yesterday, Saturday. And yep, he's been hands-on with the elves, with the list. According to, I can't say his name, or I can't pronounce his name. Santa tried the types of hot cocoa. And you know what that means? I am jealous. And the reindeer they've done solo testing, they've had group testing. And this year being a very, very different year, it seems that Rudolph is going to lead the pack again. It's been a while since he hasn't done that. Not because there's bad weather or anything, but because they have such a big goal to meet this year. And we're all waiting for Santa to stop by our house. So let's do our part and let's help Santa make that choice that year. A good boy and a good girl. Let's help mommy and daddy. Let's be good to our siblings. Let's be good to everybody, not just because Christmas is coming, but because we are good and we're gonna show the world. And yep, that'll be it for the Santa Tracker today. I will have another update next week. So kids, do your homework, do your chores, attend your classes, be good to everybody. And remember, do not ask Santa for all these expensive electronics because he does not bring these. These are based on your performance at home or how you're acting and how you're behaving and how your parents want to reward you. But everything else, yes, they're testing everything else here. I'm in love with all these bicycles, roller skates, and yes, if anybody knows what the name of that board with one big wheel in the middle is that you have to balance, that these elves are having a blast on, let me know. And if you ask for one, keep in mind, just be sure, or I'm sure it is going to work. They look like the tests are going awesome. So yes, kid, until next time with a Santa Tracker, loved ones, and now with Make That Needed Phone Call. Have you made that needed phone call yet? Doesn't have to be a love declaration, could be anything, just express your feelings. This year has been very interesting, call it something. Some of us have not seen our in quite a while. This is just another push to encourage you to make that needed phone call. I know I miss some people. I know you might miss some people. There's a lot of us that probably had differences with others in the past. We're thinking about making up or talking to that person and face to face, and well, the circumstances have changed and it's not that easy. So it's that moment, make that needed phone call. And I will be back with Make That Needed Phone Call to get more feedback from you guys and the experiences you've had. So yep, this is just a push for Make That Needed Phone Call. So what are we gonna do? Make that needed phone call. This week has been a very, very Christmassy week for us here in our home. We started decorating outside. And let me tell you, that is hard. I think my body still hurts from it, being up on the ladder, trying to put the lights up. But I realized one part of my house is really, really, really high, and my ladder is really, really short. So I'm gonna see how I'm gonna put the lights all up there in the roof so it could look even nicer. But so far, that's it's been fun. I've always helped decorate the houses, but this year it's ours, and well, I mean, it looks beautiful. The neighbors have complimented us, and I still feel like there's a lot missing. Well, I know there's a lot missing. There's a bunch of stuff in the boxes and in the garage, but I don't know. I kind of want to put lights all over the place. So I guess I'm gonna have to get a man lift or a really, really long ladder. Yeah, I'll go with a man lift. It's quite a distance, and we all saw the Santa Claus. What happens when he fell from the roof? So, mm-mm. And well, I've been driving around, and there's a little mall next to my house, and they're already decorating. There's a Christmas tree and the roundabout, and it's coming along really, really nice. By where I work, I see that they're already decorating all the light poles, which I like that Christmassy feeling. On the 21st, we're going to be at Bottom's Christmas Tree Farm in Forsyth County in Georgia for their opening day for the season. And we're gonna cut our very own tree. And I know you've heard this many times, so now you know where we're gonna go do it. Our very first tree, real natural tree. We're gonna go and cut it, and that's gonna be our second Christmas tree because we fell in love with, do I say a fake tree, a plastic tree, a pre-lit tree? Fell in love with that one, and we couldn't wait till November 21st. So we already have one tree, and that's gonna be our second one. Can't wait till our downstairs part of the house smells like a real Christmas tree. Even though I have all my plugins and everything, well, this time's gonna be the real deal. I'm not allowed to go by myself to any store that has a Christmas section. Have to go under supervision because I might need one ornament and end up buying $200 worth of Christmas stuff. Yeah, I know, I gotta control myself, but it's Christmas. It's Christmas. What am I going to do? And yeah, I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. And while my neighbors from here, from where I live, every time I go out, there's another house with some stuff on it. So, I mean, I wanted to go door by door and get to meet everybody to see who's gonna decorate it, who isn't. I mean, I'm very outgoing, but not enough to go and do that. But yeah, I mean, some of them have reached out to us, and it's been cool. It's been fun getting all the nice compliments, and well, that's that's it on that. On other news, I mean, I have to share this because I'm happy. A few months ago, back in September, when they said they were going to put the PlayStation 5 on pre-order, I mean, I said I wanted it from the day it comes out. Last time when PlayStation 4 came out, I was with a friend of mine, and we were just making that nice line that they have to give you a ticket and a bracelet so they know that you're there for the pre-order, and after midnight you could go and pick yours up. So I did the line last time for PlayStation 4, but this time it was strictly online. And when the pre-orders were coming online, my wife and I, we were just trying to get it, and we were failing and failing and failing. Finally, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to bed because if I didn't get it on pre-order, I might get it on release day. And when I'm going to bed, I follow a lot of gamers and people, electronic aficionados, let's say that. And one of them posted a link for Amazon, and it was right. I went ahead and pre-ordered my PlayStation 5, and the order went through. Then a few days later, Amazon emailed everybody, letting us know that our order might be late or not on release day. Then, about 6 days ago, I see that my order will be here on release day before 8 o'clock at night. So I work myself off so hard, and I let the people at work know that on Thursday I will not be in the office or the field. I would be working remotely from home. And I tell them it's because my PS5 is coming in. At first, it was kind of, weird when I'm saying that I'm going to work remotely from home because everybody knows I'm very hands-on. But when I said that, like, people were just amazed, but they were happy. And let me tell you, that day, I received so many phone calls, and I thought they were work phone calls, but it was just to see if I actually got my PS5. And yep, Christmas came early for me, so I am happy. I do not want anything else for Christmas that is not peace, for whoever doesn't have food on their table to have food on their table. And well, yeah, I just wanted to say I got my PS5. I'm excited. I'm looking at it right now. And well, back to Christmas. Yes, what I said. I want your help. I want everybody that hears this part's help. And Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks, right? Or 1 week, or it might be tomorrow, depending when you're listening to this. And I want your help to put a plate of food in front of somebody that probably does not have the possibility of or the access to it like we do on a daily basis. If you know someone, just reach out to them. I'm doing research to see what I could do this year, and I don't like doing this type of stuff to share with anybody. I'm just trying to put it this way so I can motivate somebody else to do it. There's there's a lot of families out there that are not as blessed or as not as lucky, or however you want to put it, as most of us are. And it wouldn't hurt to bring them a Thanksgiving dinner, to go do grocery shopping and drop it off for them. I mean, so they could eat at least the rest of the week. We could do our part. Holidays, we're already in the holiday season. Our turkey gobble gobble days coming up. Thanksgiving, and what better way to give thanks than to actually give? And by giving, you shall receive. I mean, you'll receive happiness, joy, that warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart. And I say this because a lot of us love going to Starbucks, and we can spend four, five, six, $7 on a cup of coffee. And I could just skip through that and actually buy a few grocery items and drop it off at somebody's house, at some family's home, at a shelter. We could do that. And I am going, since I'm new in the area, I'm doing my research, and I'm going to do it myself. And I want your help doing it on your side too. All right. One thing that's been on my mind and on my head, and I know some of the other podcasters, especially the Christmas podcasters, have mentioned it. It's the way shopping has evolved. Shopping malls are closing down, department stores are shutting down. And while I do love the availability, the ease of buying online, I really do miss going to the mall, especially on Christmas season. And I want to know your ideas. I want to know your thoughts of how we could bring back personal shopping. Life is it's gotten so hectic that we don't have time to go try on a shirt. Not the correct year, I know, to be talking about this, but I love when you could go try on a shirt where you could get a tailor to fit you, when you could go and check out the toys. And yes, I mean, even in the supermarket here, they have a big, big toy section with a lot of the newer toys, but it's still not the same as walking to a big Toys R Us or KB Toys and looking at all the toys and trying them out. I miss the video game testing areas and in all the places. I mean, I think probably GameStop still has it, but Walmart doesn't anymore, or at least the ones I've seen. And well, I mean, Walmart's big. Walmart has it all and everything, but I wish I could just go to another toy store and just see it. I've shared this in different places with different people, different podcasts. I remember my last visit to Toys R Us. It was with my wife and her goddaughter, and it was really, really empty. It was their last. I think it was the last weekend of it. We bought a train for Under the Tree. We bought her goddaughter a bunch of little toys that were like 90% discount. And just walking by the aisles and seeing it empty, it's like I grew up, and once I grew up, like that vanished. And I don't have kids yet, but when I do have them, I wish I could show them all this stuff and not just look up videos and pictures and old catalogs. I mean, I miss the catalogs, and I've said that from the beginning. And well, I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I love buying online because I'm not going to say I don't because of the lack of time. But yeah, I wish we could have these stores back, the feels that we had. I mean, I wish we could have these, and I know there's some places that they still do that. They have gift wrapping places. I mean, at times I wish I had one of those gift wrapping places. Probably become rich, but it's not about becoming money rich, but spiritually and Christmas feels rich. That's the type of rich I'm looking for. Just that what $1 to $5 gift wrapping. So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I miss it. I want it back, but I want to know also, how do you remember that? How do you remember the experiences? I'm gonna tell you one. I'm gonna share one experience. When I was little, I used to go to work with my grandma and El Pueblo. That's what they call it, like the main part of town. And I remember going at lunchtime with her, walking by all the stores, like the shoe store, the clothing stores, the drugstores, Radio Shack, the electronic stores, little toy stores. There were like little kiosks also on the sidewalks that you could buy these. I mean, kids nowadays would not even begin to understand it. They're similar to the type of toys that they sell at in the dollar stores, but they were fun to get while you're at work with your grandma, and I had to sit down in a corner and draw or whatever, and just go to lunch and bring back a toy and that would last me forever. Like it'll make like if it was cars like police, fire engines, or little laser guns, or yo-yos and stuff like that. I mean, I remember that. And when it was Christmas time, those same little kiosks, they all had grip gift wrapping papers and not that many gift bags. It was all about the wrapping paper and the things to go along with it. I remember in that part of town in El Pueblo, they're also independent, or I don't know what you might call them, that they have like a catalog of the things that they have in their vans or in the cars. and it was a lot of great Christmas things. Like I remember my mom bought me one time these big storybooks. One of them was Disney, and one of them was Christmas stories. And these people would just, go into your workplace with a catalog. They ask for permission. Can they sell to you? They wouldn't sell to your customers. If it was another type of business, they'll go into the office, and these were like $10, $20 gifts. And I remember I had those Christmas books for years. And that type of stuff I don't see anymore. What I've seen this year is, and I'm very, very happy, holiday movies and most of the streaming services, new holiday movies, older holiday movies. And I don't know in which one do they have Christmas Vacation, but I know I bought it DVD, Blu-ray, and also digital, so I'm never gonna miss out on my Christmas Vacation again. Yeah, I spent one Christmas looking for that movie, and I was away from home, and yeah, I gotta have it. But yeah, I'm happy about all these holiday movies, Christmas movies. I'm very happy about that. At least something good came out of this year. Towards the end of the year, something good is coming out of it. The election. That's all I have to say about that. No, I'm not saying that the election was good nor bad. All I'm saying is that we had elections. One person won, one person lost. But I voted for Christmas to last way, way, way much more than it lasts now. And I'm Puerto Rican, and our Christmas is probably the longest Christmas in the world. And I wish it was longer. Soon, I will be also uploading a request from Dwayne from Tinsel Tunes podcast from Peru. If anybody has any Christmas music from Peru, Peruvian carols, Peruvian canciones, they have a name for that. I don't remember, but I do have a nice little story from a close friend of mine about Christmas in Peru, and that will come very soon. And thank you, Dwayne, for that request. Also, soon there's an episode of Christmas Clatter podcast that's featuring Tom from Tis the Podcast, Chris with a C from Christmas Time in the City, and myself. So, yep, stay tuned to Christmas Clatter podcast for that episode. And it's recast, miscast. I hope I didn't butcher that part. And yeah, guys, I mean, this has been a nice little update for now. And I will be talking to you soon. And stay tuned because we're going to have a lot of Christmas podcast hosts on the show. Some shows will have a few of them, some shows will have different ones of them. And well, this Christmas is going to be very, very loaded. Whatever you want to hear from us, whatever you want to submit from your special Christmas or your countries or your Christmas tradition. Remember, you could find us on social media at FCMN Podcast. FCMN Podcast, where Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You could also submit your stories and anything you have at Manny at FCMNpodcast.com. And where can you find us to listen to our podcast? You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, Breaker, Pocket Cast, and anywhere. And I mean anywhere, or any of your favorite podcast platform. Yes, we're there. We're all over the place. So until next time, Feliz Christmas, Merry Navidad.